Good morning, everybody. I'm shooting this myself because it's like 6 o'clock in the morning. I got up early to press this Seaforth kilt because I'll go away for the day to my day job. I'll come back, it'll be dry, I can carry on with it, and I will have basically gained a day in production. So what I wanted to show you, I've just pressed it. I've just given it its first press. I pressed the outside, then I pressed the inside, because you'll have noticed, if you've done this yourself, that you can press the daylights out of the outside, then you turn it over and the inside looks like it's never been touched. But I've left this spot to show you. This is the inside apron. When we're shaping the apron, we're getting what we call the A line, and this results in extra material across the back because we're contorting the material to a particular shape, as we can see, and I've basted it in place to hold it in its desired location. But when we look at it, we see all of this, and this one isn't terribly dramatic, but the front apron, which I've already pressed, which was what gave me the idea to shoot this video, was a little more dramatic in its extra folds of cloth. So what we're going to do is, as I press this, I'm going to shrink the cloth, because wet wool, and particularly wet wool when it's hot, is plastic in the original meaning of the word, which is to say that it can be molded, it can be shaped. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wet it down. Some people use a brush and a bucket of water to do that. I use an aerosol. And here's something that I learned for shaping cloth back from when I was a young adult and restoring antique cars, because that's something we used to do. You used to buy a clunker and then fix it up yourself, and we learned how to do panel beating, and these were skills that were passed down during the Depression to repair rather than replace. So what I'm going to do, we see all this extra cloth, is what we need to do is we have to press it in a particular order, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to iron it along the inside face first, which will shrink all of this cloth into position, and then once that's shrunk enough, only then will I do the outside face. So let's see if I can do this single-handedly. I squeeze out my pressing cloth. Yeah, again, I'm doing this myself because my usual cameraman is fast asleep right now because he has classes to attend. So there we are. I've laid out my pressing cloth over the side that needs to be shaped first, that needs to be shrunk first. I grab my properly heated iron. This is the great thing about using a steam iron, or using a solid iron like this, is that as long as I can hear and see the steam, I know that the cloth is safe, that it's not being burnt or singed. Okay, let's see how that looks. Put that out of the way, whip my cloth out of the shape. Now that's lovely. That's now nice and smooth. And now we still have irregularities on the outside, on the outer edge. So once again, squeeze out the pressing cloth. This is more difficult than it looks to do it single-handedly. How about that? Lay the pressing cloth. Oh, come on, behave. Lay the pressing cloth in position. Now we're going to do the outside. I grab my iron. And away we go again. Okay, that feels about right. Nope. Pressing cloth out of the way. And oh look, now it's lovely and smooth throughout its entire width. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just let that sit and cool for a few minutes. So I'm going to give it 10 minutes or so, because again, the wool is still plastic. If I picked this up and tried to stretch it or anything else, I would affect the lay of the cloth. So I'm just going to let it sit still for a while. In the meantime, I'm going to unplug my iron, and then I'm going to go upstairs and have another cup of coffee. Talk to you later.